world, they wonder, how long is it going to take before I wake up to a spiritual enlightening experience? How many hours a day do I need to meditate? How many spiritual books do I need to read? How many self-help books? Recordings, teachers, satsangs, gurus? I mean, how long is it going to take? So, there is something of a science to enlightenment. And, science and religion, I guess they split up about 500 years ago. And now they're coming back together again through quantum physics, proving basically that everything is connected. That an atom or a quark spinning this direction and you take a part of it and put it into another space 25 kilometers away, and you rotate this one clockwise, and that one is actually going to rotate clockwise as well. Okay, so they've proven this. So how does that work? We are so interconnected. Everything is so deeply interconnected that even if we split apart, we take our atoms, we split them apart, we're still operating on this level of this intelligence that is still interwoven in keeping us together as one. Okay? So, what does this have to do with enlightenment? Well, it's about letting go of paradigms. It's about letting go of attachment to time, to this idea that, A leads to B, T leads to C, or 1, 2, 3. There's like a succession that the past is behind us and the future's ahead of us. There's this idea that, our past lives, are something that happened before, but maybe they're happening right now. Maybe they're influencing us as we speak, and they're all around us. Who knows? The thing that is true here is what is here now. What's our experience in this moment? And each moment is your truth, your experience of truth, the truth of the universe, this infinite universe that is here now. So this is the truth, to just explore what is here. And the more you can drop into the here, the now, in this moment, you just completely surrender. You just completely let go of the mind's trying to get here and now, the mind's attempting to drop everything. And it's almost like it gets so exhausted that it just becomes one with the universe. It becomes one with everything. And this is when the spiritual experience happens, is when we're just completely relaxed on the deepest levels. There's a body relaxation, there's a mind relaxation, emotional relaxation, there's a spiritual connection that happens just naturally, just automatically. You don't have to do anything, because you already are a spiritual being, and so it's just letting go of all the layers and dust on the mirror that's sort of blocking you from seeing and experiencing yourself for what you actually are. And the science behind this is that it actually takes about 48 minutes, according to Osho and his research that he's done. He's read tons and tons of books. This guy is brilliant. Okay? And what he says is that if you just sit, just like like an egg takes 3 minutes to boil at, the ocean elevation, and then if you take an egg to 5,000 meters, it takes double the amount of time. So there's an interesting thing here with you sort of boiling. So your ego basically has to let itself go, and it takes about 48 minutes. And temperature is interesting because water boils at 100 degrees, right? Exactly. It just boils at that temperature, and it doesn't boil below it. Okay? And same thing with your ego. It's like your ego dissolves after 48 minutes of just sitting, doing nothing, just being still. Okay? So you just basically just relax and sit upright, with your back straight, and you need to do a lot of yoga and stretching and strengthening to be able to sit, right, for 48 minutes. That's the whole purpose of yoga, by the way, so that you can sit and just completely relax into your body deeply for 48 minutes. And when you hit 48 minutes, it's kind of like the water boils, the egg gets cooked. And if you're really good at meditating, if you're really good at the spiritual practice, it's kind of like you're coming down from the peak. You know, you're kind of like getting more and more grounded. And so it takes less and less and less time for your ego to let go. So, you know, the egg maybe at 5,000 feet cooks at 7 minutes, but down, you know, at sea level it cooks at 3 minutes. So it's like, you know, when you're really ungrounded, you're just busy doing all this stuff, yeah, it's going to take 48 full minutes for your ego to just finally relax. And finally for you to just find stillness. But if you're good at it, you're practiced at it, if you're grounded, okay, if you're closer to the earth and you're really rooted in this moment, it may only take you a few minutes, you know, to just let go of everything and drop into a deep state of egolessness or sense of connection to your soul. So it's a science. It's, you know, meditation, enlightenment, the spiritual awakening. It's a total science. And, you know, it's wonderful to have all these reasons to let go of the ego. You know, this teacher says this, and this philosophy, and that. But you don't need all that to actually just have a physical, emotional, and mental release of this gripping identity called me, and find freedom from thought. Completely let go of all thought. Good and bad, right and wrong thoughts, gone. There's just this experience of presence that is beyond the me. So again, 48 minutes. Just sit every day. 30 days, you'll start to create a habit. Okay? Actually, I think it's 21 days, right? But see if you can do a month. Do a full month. Just to get into the rhythm. Okay? Just to say that I did a month. You know? It really locks it into your body. And it helps you also to form that commitment in your community. You know? And it inspires others too to say, wow, well, that person sat for a month. Maybe I could try a month. So try a month. Sit every day for a month for 48 minutes a day. Preferably in the morning. And just watch. You know, there's a boiling point where your ego is going to start to just boil. And it's like, oh, it's cooking. Things are cooking inside. And it just wants to go and do something. Or you know, emotions come up. Stuff from your past. And this crazy stuff will happen just sitting there. And you may get bodily aches and pains and whatever. And again, that's why you need to do some yoga, stretching, strengthening beforehand. Maybe 45 minutes or, you know, whatever it takes for you to just be able to sit that long. Okay? And the more you practice, the easier it gets, you know. And after, I would say, 3 weeks of sitting for 48 minutes, you'll be able to reach a place of egolessness, perhaps in maybe 30 or 35 minutes. You know, maybe 15. Who knows? It's really about you and your ability to just detach and let go and just say, you know, I'd rather find deep inner peace than just buy into all the story and all the entertaining, crazy thoughts of the mind and the drama. You know, it's like trauma, drama. It's like, okay, we can let that go for 48 minutes, right? Try it. Give it a chance. You know, what's 1 month of your life? It's nothing, you know, compared to like what the value is and what the growth is and what you're going to get out of your own spiritual path, and then connecting to something that is completely amazing. Like, it is just going to transform everything in your life, like to the deepest degree. Everything is going to get better. I guarantee it. Okay? Sometimes it gets a little worse first because, yeah, the ego is going to bring up all of this stuff, this muck that's been hiding in your closet for years. And yeah, it needs to purge. It needs to just vent, get it out. So expect that, you know, there's going to be stuff. Stuff's going to come up. let it go. Release. Breathe. Do lots of breath work. Release, release, release. Don't release it on your friends or your lover or whoever. Just release it onto, a pillow or, the ground, the earth, the grass, whatever. But just let it go, okay? And you'll see that you just feel so much better because you're accessing the place inside of you that is free, that is stillness itself. But there's a freedom in the stillness. You're free from the mind. You're free from thought. Okay? You're free from the gripping nya 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 nya, this little voice that's always going in your head all day long. So be free from that. 48 minutes to science. You can't beat science. You can't argue with gravity, right? You can't argue with an egg boiling always a certain temperature, a certain elevation. It just happens. Okay? So try it out. That's all I'm asking, is you just explore. It's an invitation to just explore what it's like to let go and to trust something much deeper inside yourself than you've ever trusted in your whole life. Okay? Have fun. Enjoy. Be well.
You have to let it all